Good morning. Can everybody hear me? How's everybody doing? It is a Saturday morning here in Los Angeles. I'm coming to you live. In my time, it is 10:45 in the morning on a beautiful Saturday morning here in California. And I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm just gonna wait a minute to get everybody up to speed. I thought I would just jump in and ask questions and answer questions and see what I could do to help out. I've gotten a lot of emails from people with their specific questions, and I'm trying to get back to people as best I can, but it's really challenging. And so I thought I would jump in and see what I could do to help out. I'm coming to you today live from my son's bedroom. My son is 5 years old, and I don't know if you can see, I put this cool map up here. It was really important to me to put this map up in his room because I wanted him to know that there's a big world out there. I don't just want a map of the United States. I want a map of the world. I want to show him that there are all these possibilities in the world so that he can look at a map of Africa or Asia or Russia or Australia, and I want him to look at it and think to himself, wow, you know, what's that? And I'm curious. I want him to know that there's a big world out there. So that's why I put this map up in his room, and I think it looks like a beautiful background for these videos too. So let me see what I can do to answer your questions. All right, here's a good one. Acid Anti, I love your picture. Can you file a mandamus lawsuit for a delayed I-765 with an I-45? Yes, 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 I can. And I've done about 10 cases just like this this year, and I've gotten really great results. Several of them have been approved within weeks. So if you have a delayed I-765, you need to come talk to me immediately. Email me right away because I can fix that. And a lot of these EADs, people have been waiting 6 months or more. That's fixable. So Acid Anti, please get in touch with me. That would work. Here's another question. Islamic Duas, thank you for your question from YouTube. My case is an I-130 and the NVC is saying it is documentarily qualified. So could you please tell me when I will get my visa interview appointment? I'm from Pakistan. Well, that's a great question, and I don't know the answer to that. How long will the visa process take is essentially what you're asking. And the answer is no one really knows for sure how long it takes. I mean, I think that's the really frustrating part for people in that situation is you don't know how long things are going to take, so you can't really get on with your life. And I think that's frustrating. I'm very much focused on helping people who have immigration delays. I also want to show you my shirt. I got a cool shirt today. Immigrants List, a wonderful organization. If you are in a position to where you can make a charitable contribution, I would encourage you to consider Immigrants List and keep that in your plans. It's an organization that helps immigration lawyers, among others. I'm repping that shirt today. Bercy, I'm an international student and I wonder if I have to send my I-765 to immigration with my passport format passport. I think he means passport picture and the first page of my passport or the visa part. Thanks. Bercy, I'm glad you're in school here in the US. I'm not 100% sure what you're asking me. I think that you're asking me how to apply for a work permit through OPT. If so, follow the instructions very carefully. Talk to your international student office. Let's see, we have Jason Daniel. If I recall correctly, Jason is our SquarePants expert here. Thank you for coming back and tuning in again. How do you think the NAFTA USMCA will change under the new administration, specifically for Canadians? I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, the main thing that I know about the main benefit that Canadians have in terms of immigration is that through NAFTA, they're able to get a visa called a TN visa. and Mexicans and Canadians can get that visa, and it's for very specific categories of people. But beyond that, I don't believe there are any other specific immigration benefits for Canadians. Canadians, it works a little bit differently in terms of visitor visas. Canadians can come in for up to 6 months on a visitor visa without a visa. But otherwise, Canadians come in the same way as others. Old Kilu. Hey, I came into the state with my wife, and now we have 4 kids, now all born in the US. 4 kids? How do you have 4 kids? That's hard. I have 2, and I'm overwhelmed. 4 kids. I came here on a visitor visa. Can you help me so we can stay permanently? Wow, that's a difficult question. If you came into the US with your wife and you have 4 kids born in the US, maybe when your children turn 21 years old, if your kids are US citizens, if your kids turn 21 years old, maybe they could petition for you and help you get a green card when they're 21 years old. I know that's probably not the answer you're looking for. And there could be other ways that you could get a green card, but it's very case specific, and you have to explore that carefully with an immigration lawyer. But one idea is when your children turn 21, they could petition for you. All right, we have Pradyamash. I hope I didn't say your name too well. First of all, thank you, and thank everyone else for listening in on this. I hope this is super helpful for you, and I'm going to start coming on regularly. My plan is to come on Thursday mornings, but I wanted to jump on this morning because I was feeling inspired and I got so many questions. Pradyamash says, I want to inquire if I have any preference while applying for a U.S. green card if I were born in the UAE, not a citizen, but I hold an Indian passport. I'm not sure what your question really is. Do you have any preference? Regardless of where you were born, whether you were born in the UAE or whether you're Indian or whether you were born in some other country, you can still apply for a green card. I don't know what preference really means in this context. How much time do we have to wait before filing litigation? Oh yes, Auntie, I want to talk to you about very much. So I think that you should probably have your I-765 should be pending for about 5 months. But I hope you message me. I'll just post my email here. I guess you could just email me, and this would be a good way. Let's see, a good way to reach me. Just send an email to this address, and with your contact information. All right. My wife already hired you, U.S. Consulate. My medical is now with them. It's been 1 week, no update. Oh yeah, I know all about your case. Let me tell you a few things. I know you're anxious because the consulate has asked you for a new medical exam, but they do not ask you for a new medical exam if they're going to deny you. So I think if you have submitted a new medical, I'm very confident that things will work out, and I hope it'll work out soon. I hope it'll work out very, very soon. Let's keep our fingers crossed. There are people in the U.S. waiting for you, my friend. They're waiting for you. Let me see. Thanks, you're awesome. I want to talk to you. You better message me. Okay. Can I apply for a green card even if I came on a tourist visa? The answer is yes. It gets complicated. It depends on the facts and the scenario and the timing, and you definitely want to have a chat with an immigration lawyer like me about the specific details of your situation before you go ahead and apply. But yeah, you can do that. Meher, My sister is in administrative processing for more than 1 year. The embassy keeps saying, wait for your reply, and keeps updating with SEAC. What's your solution? I'm from Pakistan. First of all, shout out to all my friends in Pakistan. My next video, I'm going to be wearing my Pakistan cricket jersey. A friend from Pakistan sent that to me, and I'm waiting for it. Pakistan is a religious country, the religion being cricket. But let me answer your question. First of all, I don't know what kind of visa she is seeking. Is it a visitor visa or a green card through a family petition or a DV lottery? Like, can you give me a little more details on that? Adriana, hey Josh, do you offer free virtual appointments? Yes, I do, through Zoom or phone. The appointments are free. I have an intake system that I'm trying to improve. So bear with me if you're trying to reach me. I have a team of people that's helping me keep up with these appointments, but I'm trying my best. So thank you. What other questions we have? Enzo Jr. Vazzaro. My case in Italy, marriage visa, has been under administrative processing for more than 60 days. What should I do? Well, if you're in administrative processing, first of all, I'm sorry you're in administrative processing. But if you're in administrative processing, there are 2 ways out. 2 ways. One is to wait it out. You can wait, and hopefully they'll give you the visa. But in my experience, waiting just leads to more waiting, because after you wait 60 days, maybe they say you should wait 180 days. And then after 180 days, maybe you say, oh, I'm just going to give it till next year. And then, before you know it, a year has gone by and you've gotten nothing. The second way out of this is to contact me. And what I do is I file a lawsuit against the consulate. Once I sue them, they will process your paperwork and issue your visa. So I think if you try to wait it out, you're wasting your time. I certainly hope you get your visa soon. And if you choose to wait, I wish you the best. But if you're sick and tired of waiting and you really want your visa, get in touch with me. I can help you out. Okay. Sonia, I'm going to go to your question. First of all, thank you so much for coming in and watching on YouTube. I have tons of new videos coming out. So if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, then please do so. Sonia says the I-130 immigrant visa interview conducted after the ban is over, which are pending due to COVID-19. My case is applied, but my husband in 2017. I don't totally understand exactly what you're talking about or the facts of your case, but it sounds like something that I could help you out with. So Adriana, cheers from Los Angeles. I'm in Los Angeles too right now. So yeah, it's a beautiful day here. Beautiful, puffy white clouds, 70 degrees. Life is good. We are hunkering down. Tonight is the 3rd night of Hanukkah, and my family is having a huge Hanukkah party tonight. And during the pandemic, the Hanukkah party will be just me and my wife and our 2 kids together. No friends, no family. We're not bringing anybody to our house because we're trying to be as safe as possible. We're going to make potato latkes. We're going to go grab a bunch of potatoes and chop them up today. So we're super excited about that. We're super excited about Hanukkah. And the story of Hanukkah, I'm not a religious person in any way, but the story of Hanukkah is about light and hope. And I'm incredibly hopeful right now because this vaccine looks so promising. And it's been such a difficult, crappy year for humanity. And I'm hopeful that 2021 will be much better. I hope everybody gets their visa, everybody gets their green cards, and we get out of this damn pandemic through the vaccine, and that that people stay safe in the meantime. Let me answer some more questions here. Georgie, U.S. citizen, IR1, date filed 1/11/20, NVC approved May 30th of 2030. Okay, our interview will be at SDO. Both our father died this year. and still no interview was denied for emergency. I don't totally understand the facts that you presented, but first of all, my condolences to you and your family for the loss of your father. That's heartbreaking. If your case is delayed at the NVC or you haven't had an interview, I hope you get in touch with me, because the lawsuits that I file are extremely effective at getting people approved. And I love helping to bring families together. So please, Georgie, reach out to me, message me, email me, get in touch with me. I'm going to look for a few more questions here. Natalie, I like the spelling of your name. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Love YouTube. Love YouTube. What are the specific benefits you can receive with the prima facie, and does it affect your green card if you take the benefit? First of all, I don't quite know what you mean by prima facie. Prima facie. I don't know what that means. I don't know what kind of case you have. I think you might be talking about VAWA or maybe some sort of deferred action. I'm not sure. So I would need a little more details. What will be new about the K-1 visas when Biden runs for president next year? Okay, well, Biden is not running for president next year. Biden is the president-elect right now, and Biden will be inaugurated as president on January 20th at 12 o'clock. He will be the president. Now, your question, what will be new about K-1 visas? Well, I'll tell you what I hope happens. Right now, all the K-1 visas are just stuck. They're stuck. They're not moving. They're delayed. And they hit a brick wall. And a lot of them are stuck at the National Visa Center. And they're just not doing anything. Or people who've had interviews are not getting decisions. Everything is gummed up. And what I'm hopeful is that when Biden becomes president, I'm hopeful that we have a competent, functioning immigration system where people get the visas that they deserve within a reasonable period of time. And the agencies are staffed adequately by competent people, and that, you know, there's a process that functions. That's what I'm hopeful for. Is that too much to ask, that for a functioning immigration system? All right, Adam, I'm going to go to your question. Thank you for tuning in from YouTube. My fiance is in Iraq. Congratulations on getting engaged to get married. Her case got approved by USCIS and the National Visa Center. Our case, K-1 visa, since February 2020, we're waiting for an interview in Ankara. Any update? Okay, so I guess to analyze your question, the first question that I would ask you, Adam, is when did you file your I-129F? When did you file your I-129F? If you filed your I-129F in more than a year ago, at least 1 year ago, then what I would do is I would file a lawsuit against the consulate in Ankara, and I would file a lawsuit against the other agencies to challenge the delay in your case. And when we file a lawsuit to challenge the delay, suddenly they will begin to process your case and issue the visa to your fiance so that you can be together with her. And if you contact me, I would be delighted to help you with this. Philip Telepa, one of my good friends from high school, tuning in. Happy Hanukkah to you, my brother. I hope you're doing well in the OC, and I'll talk to you soon. Here we have Adhishwa. My husband applied for naturalization last month. He's still waiting for the interview. In the meantime, when his naturalization is in process, can we apply for an I-130? First of all, the naturalization process takes more than a month. It's going to take roughly a year or so. So keep that in mind. Secondly, can you file an I-130 for you now while your husband just has a green card? The answer is yes, but it gets a little more involved than that. And I think that an immigration lawyer like me would want to know, there's a lot of questions that I would have that I'd want to know the answer to. For example, I'd want to know what your immigration status is right now, and before I could advise you on when and you should file that case. So get in touch with me and I can help you out. Mateus Eber. My friend was brought to America when she was 10 in 2010 with a tourist visa, but her family decided to stay in America illegally. Can she apply for DACA? I think the cutoff was that you had to have entered by, hang on one second. I'm looking this up. I don't know the answer off the top of my head. For DACA, you have to have continuously resided in the United States since June 15th, 2007. So if your friend came to the United States in 2010, then she came in too late, unfortunately. But who knows? Maybe President Biden will expand the DACA program. I certainly hope so. Let's see what other questions we have. I want to thank everyone again. Thank you, friends, for tuning in and answering and asking me your questions. Here we have Chandraka Hoskins. I live in Grambling, Louisiana. My boyfriend is from Nigeria and he lives in Italy. I want to apply for a K-1 visa. We never met, but I'm disabled. Do I still have to go to Italy? Thank you for your question and congratulations on getting engaged. That's an amazing thing. So one of the general requirements for a fiance visa is that you have to show that you have met within 2 years of when you file the I-129F. That's the general requirement. And if you haven't met him within 2 years, then generally you wouldn't be able to meet him. But there are specific exemptions from the 2-year requirement. So it's possible that you could get around that 2-year requirement. I've never actually done a case where someone hasn't met within 2 years, but you're disabled, there's a pandemic. I think you have a pretty good reason for why you can't go and meet him. So I think that you should explore that and look into it. Ghana in the house, action movies. Shout out to my friends in Accra. Thank you. Here we have someone. I can't cross right now to visit your office because there's a pandemic ban in the frontier of Mexicali. How can I hire you? Well, I am working from home, so I'm not meeting with anyone, even if you lived right across the street from my office. We interact with clients by phone, by WhatsApp, text messages, email, and Zoom, and Facebook Messenger, and Signal, and Telegraph, and all these other online tools, but we don't meet with people in person because of the pandemic and also because of the logistical problems. You are on the border. So let's get in touch. I'd love to help you. Here's a good question from Prince Gupta. Do I have to write the whole relationship journey with my partner when I'm writing how I met my fiance? Well, I don't know exactly what kind of case you might have. I'm just going to try to get a little more comfortable here. But almost every immigration case requires you to prove that your marriage relationship is genuine. Every immigration case is like that. And so I think that you're going to have to provide a statement showing how you met and how you fell in love and how you decided to get married. And I think your fiance should do the same. So I like the details, and I think photos are important, lots of things. Sharon, pick me, choose me, love me. Yes, go Sharon. We do love you. Thank you. Here we go. I have a fiance in Cuba, making plans to visit her. What are your thoughts on marrying in Cuba versus the K-1 visa? Which is better? I think the differences between a fiance visa and a marriage-based visa, they're similar. If you're going to visit her soon, and it's possible for you to get married, you might consider doing that. Because first of all, if you're a US citizen and you're going to marry her, then it simplifies the immigration process a bit. So if you're going to visit her anyway, maybe you should consider marriage. But I mean, I think that's a topic I'm going to make a full-blown video for that one. Thank you for your question. Zohab, our friend in Pakistan. Thank you for your question on YouTube. Says here, sir, I received an email from the U.S. Embassy in Islamabad that rescheduled your appointment for follow-up from the IV 221G appointment and to visit the U.S. Embassy to take the oath. That's great. Congratulations. I hope you get your visa. This would be awesome. I'm a refugee. I was waiting for a flight for almost 10 years. Can you challenge to be rescheduled? AG Gamer, I hope I could help you. Thank you for your question. Here we have one of our friends on Facebook, MD Fahad. Hello, sir. I received a 221G form IR1 after I submitted the required documents 3rd of November 2020. The embassy asked me for my passport, case updated November 20th, 2020, but the application still shows refused. I'm not sure what your question is, but one of the key points that I want to make is that refused is not your enemy. It just means refused does not mean denied. It just means that your case is pending. So hopefully that's okay. I'm going to answer some more questions for you folks, and see. Sharon, we got to find Sharon's question. I think it's going to be a good one. Pick me. Love me. We got to find Sharon. We got to help out Sharon here. Aha. Here we go. Sorry, Sharon. We're going to give you some love here. Your question. I was an international student, but I lost my status. Do I have to go back to Nigeria to get my status back? Or is there a way I can renew here? If you were an international student, but you lost your immigration status, Sharon, my guess is that the only way that you will be able to get your status back in the United States without leaving is through marriage to a U.S. citizen. There may be some other exceptions that I'm not thinking about, asylum, something like that. But I think the most promising situation is through marriage to a U.S. citizen. And when I say marriage to a U.S. citizen, I'm not talking about you go out and get into a fake marriage. I'm talking about a real deal relationship where you live with your partner and it's from the heart. That may be a solution. Let's see what other questions we got. Griselda, people are getting ripped off. Yes, they are. 31 years. It's hard to find a good immigration lawyer. It is hard to find a good immigration lawyer. There are lots of bad immigration lawyers. Let me give you a few suggestions on how to find a good immigration lawyer. First of all, I don't think you should hire any lawyer who practices immigration law and other areas of law also. I have never seen a good immigration lawyer who also practiced other areas of law. Like, for example, if you go see a lawyer and you want to hire the lawyer, and the lawyer says, well, I do immigration, but I also do personal injury, bankruptcy, car accidents, dog bite cases, criminal defense. They're doing a lot of different things. I'm skeptical that that person would be a good lawyer. Most lawyers who are good at immigration law only do one thing. And of course, I don't do any other areas of law other than immigration. All right. Let's see here. What other questions can we have? You never answer my question, Hawa. I'm sorry. Let me go back and try and find it. I get turned around. Could you post your question again, please? Because I have trouble finding it. There's been a lot of questions in here, and the interface on here kind of confuses me. I've only had one cup of tea today. So you're so unfair. Wait, quick question. How long does it take USCIS to respond to annoyed? Our first interview was in July 2010. Was a Stokes is this word. They sent annoyed for I-45 accusing my spouse of misrepresentation. We sent a rebuttal in June of 2020. How long does it take? Okay, so just to give you a little background on BB's situation, he or she is trying to get a green card through marriage, and USCIS is questioning whether that marriage relationship is genuine. And a Stokes interview is when you go for your green card interview and they separate you and your spouse and they ask you questions to see if the two of you have the same answers, see if you really know each other. And it sounds like that didn't go so well for our friend BB. And then what happened is they sent a letter called a notice of intent to deny. And USCIS says in the notice of intent to deny, we checked you out. We investigated your case. We looked at public records. We went to your house. We did this, that, and the other thing. And we are going to deny your case because we don't think that your marriage relationship is genuine and real. And it sounds like BB has provided a rebuttal, a response to that. And now the question is, when will she get an answer? And he or she. And the answer to that is, I don't know. It can take a very, very long time. And a lot of people hire me to help them get a decision on those cases, and we file lawsuits. But the other way is just keep waiting it out, and I think you could have a very, very long wait ahead of you. Bushim Bush, thank you for your question. One of our good friends on YouTube. What do you think? How early will they schedule interviews after December 31st for the F2A category, documentary qualified, April 2020 for my husband in Pakistan? All right, by way of background, there is a ban right now on the issuance of visas for those who are married to green card holders. And this relates to the pandemic, and it was done by presidential proclamation. And this proclamation expires on December 30th of 2020. Donald Trump will be the president on December 30th, 2020, and he will be the president on January 1st, 2021. So those proclamations could be extended by Trump. We don't know that those proclamations will end without being extended on that date. So that's one uncertainty. And the other is when you will actually get your visa. At that point, I don't know. I don't know. SpongeBob would like to pose a question, por favor. Pregúntame. Pronto. Alpha Berry. Okay. Alpha Berry, our friend on YouTube. I applied for my I-751. It's been 2 years. I did my fingerprints. My 18 months extension expire. Okay. Alpha, I have some advice for you. So an I-751 is an application form that's designed to help you get a green card through marriage, a permanent 10-year green card if you've already gotten a 2-year conditional green card. And USCIS takes forever to make a decision on these applications. And I think there's a couple ideas. First of all, you just have to wait it out and know that it takes a really long time. The second thing that you can do is you can file for naturalization if you're eligible. So those are two ideas. BB says they're not doubting the marriage. We passed the Stokes. They're questioning if my husband's entry was for the purposes he stated. Well, I hope you have a good immigration lawyer. And if you don't, you should contact me because I could help you out. You might need a fraud waiver. I'm not sure. Natalie, I got the prima facie from VAWA. What are the specific benefits, and will it affect my visa and how long you get the work permit? It means that your VAWA is in good shape and on track, and it also means that you can apply for a work permit. So I think that's good. My B2 visa is in administrative processing for more than 23 months, and still the embassy promises we will let you know when your visa is ready. That is a very difficult situation. I hope you get your visa right away. Mustafa, thank you for tuning in on Facebook, YouTube. I really appreciate it. Can a petition case, can a petition case which approved in 2015 but never being filed by the petitioner for a visa be open again? I don't understand that question. I'm sorry. Hawa, thank you for your question. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. They denied it. We appeal. They also denied the appeal. We got a letter from immigration, so can we refile again? What are the chances? I'm an international student. Well, you married a U.S. citizen and they denied it, and you appealed and they denied the appeal. Maybe you could refile it. It's hard to say what the chances are without knowing, why was the case denied, and what did you put in the appeal, and why was the appeal denied? Did you have a good immigration lawyer helping you, or were you doing it on your own? Those are some questions that I would want to ask and review with an immigration lawyer before you refile. How much do you charge? Depends. It depends on what you need help with. I charge a flat fee for my services, and it depends on what you need help with. If you need help with one thing that's simple, it's less than something complicated. Where am I located? I'm in Los Angeles. Let's see. You don't see it on the map. It's over there. But we also have an office in Boston, and we take on cases all over the world. The last 3 people who hired me, 2 were in Pakistan and 1 was in India. So people hire me from all over the place. And we can take care of you. My question has been posted on 2/19. That's hard to find. What should I do for my I-751? I think you could keep waiting, or you can possibly file for naturalization. Hi, I'm Tanzila Kamran from Pakistan. My U.S. citizen applied for I-130, but after 14 months, I'm still waiting for my interview. What should I do? I'm so disappointed. I can definitely help you. You should contact me. We can help you get your visa approved. Definitely want to help me. What other questions we have here, people? Frank Valenzuela. I overstayed in the U.S. with my visa because I met someone and we want to get married, but his family's against it. In order to have photos with relatives, is this a problem? Well, I like to show pictures of the families together, but that might not be possible if the families are not in favor of it. So what can you do, right? Hina Khan, hello, sir, from Utah, Salt Lake City. Thank you for tuning in. I'm waiting for my I-751 interview since May of 2017. I received a letter in 2018 for evidence. I got another letter in March 2020 for an interview, but it got canceled. Still waiting for my interview. In the meantime, I'm eligible for citizenship. I applied to the N400 in August 2020. Just got a letter in that regard that they received my case. No updates. Any idea how long it will take? I don't know, but I think naturalization is a good move. I hope you get your case processed soon. I hope this is helpful. I'm going to tune in and go live more often. I think that's about all the time